it's the next man up for the Mavericks tonight as they take on the Utah Jazz. We'll get you ready for tonight's game coming up next on the DLLS Mavs pregame show. It's the DLLS Mavs pregame show live in our DLLS Sports Studios. Kevin Gray alongside our DLLS Mavs analyst Bobby Carrella. We are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys, covering your favorite team, even on the second night of a back-to-back as they take on the Utah Jazz tonight at the American Airlines Center. We'll get you ready for tonight's game over the course of the next half hour. Coming up in about 15 minutes, we'll be joined by our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr. live from the AAC on this terrific Thursday evening. How we feeling, Bobby?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm ready for the watch along. I'm ready for some good basketball. Ready to watch the Mavs and the Jazz. It is a privilege to be an NBA fan, and we are reminded of that constantly, especially on nights like tonight.
Especially on nights like tonight. This league is one of the best in the world with the incredible athletes that are on display night in and night out. Unfortunately, several of them are out tonight for your Dallas Mavericks. That gets us started on where these two teams are coming into tonight. Game time will be at 7:30 p.m. at the AAC. You can watch the game on WFAA Channel 8 or on KFAA Channel 29 as the Mavericks host the Utah Jazz, who are 14-26 on the year, 5-14 away from Delta Center so far this year. Mavericks, of course, 15-26 after their first 41 games and 11-11 at the AAC through 22 home games already this season. The Mavericks, despite the amount of bodies missing tonight, are a 2.5-point favorite with the over-under at 236.5 as the Mavericks sit 2.5 games behind the Memphis Grizzlies for the 10th seed and final play-in spot in the Western Conference. Of course, they're coming off their loss last night against the Denver Nuggets in what was a 118-109 defeat as they were down by as many as 23 in last night's contest. Overall, the Mavericks 3-7 in their last 10 games, but just 8-12 against teams below 500 so far this year. Of course, Dallas against the West hasn't been great. 8-18 so far through 26 games against their Western Conference opponents. They're on the second night of a back-to-back as they are 1-1 on their current 4-game homestand, which will continue and finish up on Saturday afternoon as they play a baseball series with tonight's opponent in the Utah Jazz, who are also on the second night of a back-to-back. They are 13th in the Western Conference. They're sitting a half game behind the Mavericks for the 12th spot in the West as they lost last night in a heartbreaker to our CHGO brethren, the Chicago Bulls, as Nikola Vucevic hit a game winner to take out the Utah Jazz 128-126, and they're just 3-7 in their last 10. They're also 8-18 against the West so far this year and 8-9 against teams below 500. They are 1-1 on their current 5-game road trip that will continue on Saturday, of course, as I mentioned, with their opponent in the Dallas Mavericks. What is the Corellis trader looking for tonight?
Well, you know, the last two times they played the Jazz, I've talked about Keyontegeorge, who is from Louisville. Tonight, though, I'm going to talk about somebody else that was not born in the DFW Metroplex, but raised in the DFW Metroplex, that being Norah Jones. Who is a Grammy Award winning and basically she's won every award there is artist. She was born in the Northeast, but she and her family moved down here whenever she was young. She actually took piano lessons from one of my sister's childhood friends.
Oh, wow.
They moved to Grapevine. We were growing up in Louisville at the time. So how about that? Now, her debut album, Come Away With Me, first off, the eponymous song on that album is just incredible. It's so good. Don't Know Why is great. She won Album of the Year at the Grammys. It's considered to be like jazz pop. I would say it's not really jazz at all, but if you are trying to get in the mood for some basketball and you want to listen to some jazz, I recommend checking out Norah Jones. Obviously, Kind of Blue by Miles Davis, let's be honest, the best jazz album of all time. So go check that out too. Now, my favorite, I also think Don't Know Why and Turn Me On are great tracks off that album, but my favorite Norah Jones album is one of her follow-up albums called Little Broken Hearts. Now, the lead track on that album is called Good Morning. Oh, my God. If you want to get sad, listen to that song. But Happy Pills, great song. Miriam is a song about her plotting a murder. Like, there's a whole lot in that album.
Wow.
I think it's great. It's more indie pop. There's like no jazz influence at all. But I really think that is kind of a good metaphor and microcosm of the game tonight, because Norah Jones's jazz influence was completely absent from my favorite album by her. There is like hardly any Mavs or jazz influence on the basketball court tonight because all of the good players are out. So it's kind of like they're going off the beaten path. They're subverting expectations. They're really making you think. They're making a statement with their work and with their performance, which I do think fits sort of the stereotypical indie pop kind of aesthetic. So in many ways, Norah Jones's career is a really good kind of analogy, if you will, of the story arc that the Mavs and Jazz are on, not only this season, but specifically tonight, Kevin.
I mean, that was excellent work.
Thank you.
I did not know where any of that was going when
Thank
you
you
started
very
off
much.
with the Norah Jones. But the way you brought that together, I mean, hell, we're done with the show. Like, we're done here.
Okay.
Like, yeah, we're done here. Like, no, that was excellent by the work.
Thank you.
Body work there. Hopefully some folks got some education on Norah Jones. I certainly did just now.
Oh, she's great. She's fantastic. She also was very good in Ted.
Wait, is she? Never
She's
mind.
in Ted, the stuffed bear movie.
Yeah, I know, but
take a little longer to tie it together. I could have gone longer. I only talked about 2 Norah Jones albums, all right? There's a reference on Little Broken Hearts to a previous album. I could talk about that too.
Show me a picture of Norah Jones. Because I feel like
oops.
This may be a dumb question. Is she related to Quincy Jones?
No, you were thinking of, God, what's the Rashida Jones?
Rashida Jones.
Yes.
Okay.
And they are of no relation.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how you would say this. I like Blip saying that was Corellian.
Corelliant.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you.
New term.
That means a lot.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
It's a new term. I like that. Corelliant. The tank is on between these two teams because, my gosh, the amount of players that are out between these two teams is lengthy. But at the same time, the Mavs are halfway through their season now. Tonight is game number 42 on the season. The direction of where this team is going, we are about to really find out here over the course of the next 21 days because, of course, that is when the February 5th trade deadline happens and is looming over this franchise. Meanwhile, for the Utah Jazz, they got to find a way to competitively lose games as well because they have a pick that they have to protect because if it falls outside of the top 8, that pick will go to the Oklahoma City Thunder. So the Mavericks only have control of their pick this year and don't have control of their pick until 2031. The Utah Jazz, like, we kind of need to lose games too, because if that pick doesn't fall in the top 8, that pick goes to Sam Presti, and that's pick merchant in all my words, the Oklahoma City Thunder. So, yeah, good old-fashioned tank off for both these teams.
Yeah, there's a lot on the line tonight and on Saturday as well.
Yeah.
The Jazz they're half a game worse or better than the Mavs, depending on your perspective, but they're 2-0 against Dallas this season. If Dallas can manage to eke out 2 more losses these next 2 games, that would just be massive. But the Jazz team that they're about to face tonight, now, I don't know if you check the scores often, but they did just take a 55-point loss at home to Charlotte the other day. So it is going to be a tall task. I believe in the Mavs, though. All right, I believe in Jaden Hardy. I believe in Musa Cisse and Dwight Powell. I believe that they can pull out this L tonight. In all seriousness, I have no idea what to expect.
Same.
But it's for the greater good if they do not prevail.
If you're serious, where's your helmet? Where's your tanking helmet?
Oh, it's at the top.
I mean,
while he gets that.
just saying.
1 second.
Okay.
The Jazz are going to be led by Keyontegeorge. Shout out to Tanner, who's loving tonight's basketball game because
He's going
Keyontegeorge.
to go off for 50.
He might because Jaden Hardy's guarding him. So far this year, Keyontegeorge he's actually had an excellent year. If the Jazz were any better, Keyontegeorge would be low-key competing for an all-star spot. He's been that good.
Velcro.
Did that hurt your head? Don't
There's
mess up your haircut.
there's Velcro in here.
Don't mess up your haircut.
I have barely any hair on my head.
I mean, but you got enough to where, you know.
Can I just read you the guys that are out? I'm going to spoil the injury report.
So
Have at it.
It's a good collection of players. The guys that are out tonight for the Mavs are very good.
Yeah.
Cooper Flagg, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, Daniel Gafford, Dereck Lively, PJ Washington, Max Christie, Dante Exum. That is genuinely their entire team.
It's half their team.
It's everyone except for B. Will and Nembhard, right? That play. And Najee and Clay.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Dwight Powell will probably be your starting center, and Musa Cisse will be your backup.
Do you think the next time that all 8 of those players are active on the same day, do you think that at least 7 of them will be on the Mavs, or do you think that number will be less?
Less.
Do you think it will be less than 6?
It'll be less than 5.
Whoa! So the next time they're all healthy, half of them will be off this team on a different one.
I mean, that's my bold prediction, yeah.
Wow.
Right
on.
Yeah, shout out to Jeremiah Robinson Earl. He signed a 10-day contract today with the Mavericks. He's going to be active tonight for Dallas, so you'll see him on the floor. He's actually been playing pretty well with the Texas Legends.
Oh, if it's seats for heroes tonight, they're going to need some of those guys to get on the court.
Yeah, at this rate, the way the bodies are dropping at this rate. But yeah, Jeremiah Robinson Earl did sign a 10-day today. He'll be available tonight.
Let's go.
To help out the Mavericks. So there you go. The Mavs going to be led by Najee Marshall, who's actually been playing really well as of late. He's averaging nearly 14 points per game, giving nearly 5 boards. And Klay Thompson, who's been shooting the ball well, especially from 3 as of late. Not great overall this year, though. Averaging 11 points per game, shooting nearly 37% from 3. The third of 4 regular season meetings between these two teams. The Jazz have won the first 2 matchups between these two teams, both of which were in Utah, of course. They played just a week ago, where the Mavericks fell in what was a 116-114 game. Laurimarkkanen, who is not available tonight, he's still dealing with illness. He had 33 points in the win for Utah, while Cooper Flagg had 26 points in the losing effort. So for these two teams, it's all about wins and losses, depending on how you feel about where these two teams are and being fans of these teams. But yeah, we're at the halfway point of the hobby. January is usually the longest month of the year for the entire NBA, with all 30 teams playing a ton of games during the month of January. And for the Mavericks, they're on the other side of halfway point of the season after tonight. So we're getting there.
It's pretty early in the season it's not early in the season for us and for fans, right? But it is pretty early in the season for teams to just start transparently kind of doing this. Now, I think, there's certainly less of a sense of decorum now in sort of the NBA world than there was, let's say, 5-10 years ago, whenever no one really wanted to talk about tanking, because I think everyone kind of knew that it was the right thing to do, but it was sort of cringe to openly admit it. That's less the case now. Everyone is pretty smart. Fans are smart, media's smart. Everyone's kind of figured it out. So, we got to be able to call it what it is. And not be afraid to shy away from it, because the Mavs are going to be sitting guys a lot. I mean, if they're already doing it right now, they're going to be doing it the rest of the year. Now, I don't think that all of those guys are going to be out for the year. That's not what I'm trying to say. But, PJ, don't play through injuries anymore. Gaff, you're not playing through injuries anymore.
Cooper, relax until you get 100% healthy.
Yeah, and on the postgame, whenever they – oh, that was last night. Good God.
That was last night.
They play a lot of basketball lately.
That's right.
On last night's postgame, it was like, I appreciate that these guys are willing and able to play through all sorts of bumps and bruises and various maladies and things like that. But if the Mavs are sitting 8 guys at home against Utah, they're probably going to be sitting 6 or 7 of them on Friday or Saturday too.
Yeah.
That's just the way it's going to be now. And so I think, it's important for us to just kind of embrace it. It is our reality for the next 3 months. There's no escape.
3 months.
There is no escape.
Yay!
There's no turning back. So all we can do is lean in. Let's go, Jazz. Let's go, Jazz. Right, Tanner? Yeah?
Let's go, Jazz.
That's right.
Now you did it down. Okay. Yay.
What? Yeah.
Ron Harrod Jr. coming up next, live from the American Airlines Center. He'll get you ready for tonight's game as well. Before that, let's help you win some money when it comes to Prize Picks.
All right. Bryce Sensabaugh
Yeah, 43 last
Yeah,
night.
he had a really big game.
Yeah,
Now,
he was incredible.
I don't think he's going to score 43. I do think he's going to score more than 12.5 points, though. Najee Marshall, dude, has been balling out of his mind lately. I think he's going to go big tonight, more than 21.5 points. And his mortal nemesis, Yusuf Nurkic.
Oh, he is playing tonight, isn't he?
He's finally manning up and facing the music.
Not ducking the smoke tonight.
I think he's going to get less than 11 rebounds because he'll get ejected. Just kidding.
Oh,
I think he will get more than 9.5 rebounds. I think he's at double-figure rebounds
averaging
3
10
games
this
in a
year,
row.
yeah.
Yeah, so if all 3 of those things hit, my $5 lineup would pay $20.
Oh, let's go. Okay.
$20. I'm going big tonight.
Let's go. Go big or go
I'm
home.
going
I like what
big.
you're
I'm
doing,
going
okay?
big for the tank. If you want to play along, download Prize Picks. Today, use promo code DLLS and make your first $5 lineup. Your account will be granted $50 in lineups to use anytime you like. On Prize Picks, it is good to be right, and it is always bad. Don't forget, it's always bad to be Yusuf Nurkic.
Wildcat says, remember these times in a few years when Cooper and Kingston Flemings are leading us in the playoffs.
How would they have traded for Kingston Flemings if they already have AJ DeBonsa? Pretty interesting.
One could only hope. We go out to the American Airlines Center right now and welcome in our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Harrod Jr. You can find him on X at Ron No Sports. Ron, what's going on?
What's going on? Well, things are very interesting at the AAC, and I'm just trying to think of things to say except for good.
How so are they interesting at the AAC?
Well, I spoke to Jeremiah Robinson Earl, who was in Vancouver, who I'm assuming KG and Stein met while they were out there. He just kind of talked. He's happy to, get the 10-day from the Dallas Mavericks. He's with the Pacers, with, former Mavs coach Rick Carlisle, says, Rick's like a Hall of Fame coach. So we learned a lot of stuff from Rick, but he was with Texas Legends as well. So Jeremiah is just happy to be back, kind of just to figure out kind of if he can make his mark. He said, it's a lot of injuries on the team, and he's just a guy that's willing to play really hard, for a team that's just kind of lacking bodies. Jason Kidd kind of made a joke about that. I think it was Eddie that made the joke with Mavs, the .com, and kind of just talking about do you ever think that you'll just run out of players to Jason Kidd? And Kidd said, well, we have been down that road before, but hopefully, we start to get healthy and it won't come to that. Because tonight, all 3 two-way players are expected to get some pretty, relative minutes for the team. It kind of as down as they are today.
And none of those 3 guys is starting. And neither is Clay. Down 8 guys. Clay's still coming off the bench.
Jeez, man.
That is extremely intentional, by the way.
Yeah,
that
is.
Fires off my antenna. All right. They are trying to show Clay can be coming off the bench. He can be a 6th man on your team.
What is the starting lineup?
It is Jaden Hardy, Brandon Williams,
Oh my.
Caleb Martin, The Knife,
Oh my God.
and Dwight Powell.
Woo-wee.
It's a lot of shooting, guys.
That's
Caleb-
a
Caleb
Jaden
Martin
Hardy,
had a
Brandon
heater.
Williams backcourt.
It's a lot of guys that are going to be trying to get their
Woo!
game off.
Yes, to Urban's point, it feels like deja vu all over again from 2025 with the amount of injuries. And yes, Lone Star Rob, D'Lo can't even crack the starting 5 of tonight's line. In fact, here's a question for all the chat. Will D'Angelo Russell play tonight for the Dallas Mavericks?
Yes, he will. That's my guess. I'm throwing my hat in there.
Okay.
He
Ron?
is going to play.
I'm going to say he has to play, and if he doesn't, he should just ask out of the team. I mean, what's the purpose? Like, why would you, Jonathan Kuminga allegedly demanded his way out of Golden State for a very similar reason. And Jonathan Kuminga makes $20+ million. He wants to be like 5'6". Not saying a team, I don't know what team is interested in D'Lo, but like, what's the point? Like, I'm supposed to be the leader of the team now? Like, come on.
So what if he doesn't play? What if D'Angelo Russell, after all of this, does not play tonight?
I don't want to see a mad D'Angelo Russell. I already think he's a little testy. Not reporting that. Just an opinion. Just to be very frank on that. Not reporting that. I think he's a little upset already. If he gets really upset, I just don't know what that causes. People can dig into the past. There's a lot of former NBA players that do not like D'Angelo Russell for a bevy of things. If you want to do your research on the Twitters and the YouTubes of the world, I don't think it's good to make a player very testy that thought they were coming here to essentially be the starting point guard to be completely out of the lineup. I just wouldn't want to see that for him.
Well, that problem and that vision will not be fulfilled at this point.
He's gonna be your problem.
He might become a problem, just not the problem that that Nico thought he was going to be. We've already gotten, Bobby gave us the injury report expertly earlier on in the show.
It is vast.
If you want to,
the injury report's like reading a Dostoevsky novel.
Just for kicks,
really long, it's really hard to get through. There's a lot of words I don't understand.
It's a very thick injury report. Very girthy.
That's a word for it. Thick. That is definitely a word for it.
Yeah, we should just start calling the injury report. Just change it to Infinite Jest because it's like 3,000 pages.
Injury novel.
Right,
and
injury novel.
It's not fair because then the Jazz is 3 people.
Oh wow!
And 2 of those players are actually just out for the season. Actually, one is for sure.
So really
out for
one
the season,
player.
and Walker Kessler. So it's really actually just one player for Utah because laurimarkkanen isn't available. For some reason, he just goes ham every time he sees the Dallas Mavericks. What are you looking for in tonight's game as the Mavericks take on the Jazz?
Well, one, I'm looking to write about because I have no idea how I'm going to get to 500 plus words in this game. But on a real note, really, Jaden Hardy, Brian Williams, these are players that love to shoot the ball. They're not known for passing the ball. If you're playing both of them in the starting lineup, they both cannot do that at the same time all the time. So I'm very interested. Like, can they play together? I see them, I see them walking around with each other before. I think they like each other like as people, but can they coexist on the basketball court? Also with Najee Marshall, who wants to get his shots off. Caleb Martin and Dwight are willing to like basically not shoot the ball if they don't have to, but the other 3 want shots. So I'm very interested to see kind of what they want, especially Jaden Hardy, who like knows like, hey, 3rd game in a row in the starting lineup. I don't want to mess this up. Like, does he still do his Jaden Hardy thing, or does he kind of get a little like, okay, I want to keep this spot?
And damn, Ryan Nembhard couldn't even get the start tonight. I thought we would get a Ryan Nembhard start out of all of this, but he's.
Well, I mean, I think they're probably trying to. I would assume they want to keep Nembhard, whereas I think all the other guys might be
showcase
available. Yeah, and so it's an opportunity for them, and it's an opportunity for other teams to learn the greatness of Jaden Hardy.
Or they see the renewed greatness of Caleb Martin, who's the feature of our Mavericks player spotlight tonight. Caleb Martin, his best game ever as a Dallas Maverick last night. 15 points, 7 of 9 from the field, was a plus 17 in his 23 minutes of play last night. And if nothing else, Ron, who had 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals did Caleb Martin last night. A confidence boost for him. He talked about last night how the road has been very difficult for him to get back to this particular spot where he's starting to feel good about his game again. And last night played very well and provided a real spark for the Mavericks off the bench against Denver.
Yeah, I got a chance to catch up with Caleb Martin maybe about a week ago. He told me he's feeling like the best he's felt, since he's gotten here. He said it even before he had this big game, so I'm not surprised that, a lot of players will say things like that, but knowing kind of the injury he was fighting, all that kind of things, the jump shot. He told me he hasn't made any mechanically changes to the jump shot, even though just from warm-ups, not even from game action, he's just been making more. Like at one point early in the season, even in warm-ups, the shots were not falling. So now even in warm-ups, I'm like, okay, I'm seeing a trend, just more shots being made. You kind of see stuff like that. Then, of course, you see the game where shots now starting to fall for you in game. Confidence. There was one shot in the second half where, like, somebody, I think it was Ryan Nembhard, passed it to him. He immediately took the shot. I'm like, oh, that's a difference in confidence level. That wasn't there the first 2-3 months of the season because his confidence wasn't as high as it, was in some of his other destinations like a Miami.
And good for him last night because we've been waiting to see a good Caleb Martin game, and he gave us one last night. So hopefully this will be a building block for him for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he looked good, and it despite all the crying that I have done and we've done about his contract and about the trade and about his jump shot and all this stuff, I don't want players to suck while they play here. you know.
Yeah.
And I don't want their memories as a Mav to be worse than our memories of them as a Mav. you know, like
Sure.
it's just, you know, so I'm happy he had a good game.
Yeah, no, for sure. We'll see how he continues to perform tonight. He'll get the start tonight for the Mavericks as they take on the Jazz. Couple things I'm looking for tonight. Number one, the Mavericks have committed a bunch of turnovers in the first two games. In fact, they committed 36 turnovers in the first two games against the Utah Jazz, including 21 just a week ago in the game against Utah. So here's a question for the two of you. Will Jaden Hardy and Brandon Williams combine for more than 7 assists tonight?
Whew. That's, I
Will
mean,
we get
what is the
7
odds on
assists
that?
between the two of Jaden Hardy and Brandon Williams?
Plus 700, plus 750 on that prop? Like,
Oh
what
my
is
God,
the-
plus 70. Yeah, I'm betting my life on it if it's plus 750. I bet that
I'm looking for 7 combined assists between Jaden Hardy and Brandon Williams.
what do I need to give you to make you lower that number to like 4?
4?
Yeah. I'm smashing the over if it's on the 4.
Oh, wow.
The over-under is probably 4.5. No, it's probably 5.5. 5.5 is the number for the over-under.
Under.
And I would take, yeah. I'm going to have to go under because these guys are not known for passing. Like, Brandon Williams will, every blue moon will do this, but he's trying to get, like, hit his head on the basket, trying to do a layup. Like, that's his goal. Jaden Hardy's trying to tween, has the step back, jumps at you all game. None of this includes passing the ball to the other players. But these players do enjoy Najee Marshall, so I will hope they will also pass the ball to the knife tonight.
But Najee doesn't get a lot of assist receptions because he's
going one-on-one and take it to the basket all the time.
Want to know how many assists Jaden Hardy has in his last 4 games?
0.
5.
2. Want to know how many assists Brandon Williams has in his last 3 games?
2.
4.
That's 6 combined?
Yeah, over their last 7 combined
So I
games.
picked a good number of 7 then to see what they
No, that was
Yeah,
a very
I'm
high
under.
number.
Under.
So you're going under
Very
7?
under.
Less
number.
than.
Under.
Less than.
Okay, less than 7 combined assists between Brandon Williams and Jaden Hardy. Can we mark that, Tanner, so we can come back to that during the postgame?
Oh, that's the easiest dub of my life.
Oh, okay, all right. And to Dragon Blood's point, yes, the 3-point shooting was gross last night for the Mavericks. In fact, at one point, the Mavericks pulled their favorite, I should say, the Houston Rockets impression from, what was that, Game 7 of the Western Conference Final against the Golden State Warriors, where they missed like 26 straight 3-pointers. Yeah, the Mavericks at one point missed 19 straight threes last night. It was unbelievably gross from the 3-point line. But the other thing I'm looking for, who steps up? Who's going to take advantage of the opportunity tonight? There will be plenty of opportunities to make an impact. And my favorite player so far this year when it comes to role players on this team, Musa Cisse, first team can't go back all-star. He's going to have plenty of opportunities tonight to make an impact. So we'll see who that is tonight because there will be a lot of guys with a lot of chances to make some noise. Ron, we appreciate your time
Dwight
as
Powell.
always. Dwight Powell gonna get the start. He's inevitable. Never going
See what he can
anywhere.
do.
He's going to get double figures tonight in something.
He is the embodiment of the Rick Astley song, Never Gonna Give You Up, because we're never gonna give up Dwight Powell. Like, it's just not happening.
Good.
I'm just saying, like,
I love that guy.
I love that song too. Never gonna give you. Never mind. Do you know that song, Ron? Do you know who Rick Astley is? Actually, let me back. Do you know who Rick Astley is?
The artist, no. The song, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you aware of
I'm a
what
man of
being
taste.
rickrolled is?
Yes. Do you know what that means? I'll take that
Is
as a
it
no.
PG?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's, just
for
like,
sure.
it's like one of the original
That-
like internet kind of tricks.
That's right.
I don't know. You would like send a message to someone with a link, or you would say like, hey, for more information, click here, kind of deal. Like if you wanted to get into some hijinks, instead of embedding the correct link, you would just embed a link to Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. And so you'd like click on it thinking that it's going to be like your medical report or
That's
like
right.
your bank information or, you know, important documents that could like shape your life. And instead it's just,
Never
I'm
gonna
trying
give
to
you
hurt
up,
you.
never gonna let you
Make
down.
you cry.
I did some research.
Sorry,
Sorry, I interrupted the song. I did some research. I'm going over 7 assists. Come on.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I did some research.
I did.
You did all that in like 5 minutes, huh?
I've heard people say that and then make some wild ass
What is
claims.
that, man?
So I'm not.
I did some stat head research. I
What
think
is
they can
that,
do it.
man?
My hopes hinge on Brandon Williams. I don't have much faith in Jaden Hardy
Okay.
contributing much
Yeah.
to this,
All right.
but I think Brandon Williams.
Okay. Ron, we'll talk to you post game. Appreciate your time, man.
See everybody.
Ron.
That'll do it for us here on the DLLS Mavs pregame show. Sorry I didn't get to use that graphic, Tanner. I apologize.
it's fine.
It's fine. I'm sorry. We got our watch log coming up here with the game tipping off at 7:30. Join us at 7:30 for our DLLS Mavs watch along as we will take in tonight's game along with you tonight.
It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna heat up some broccoli rice and I think it's beef. I don't know. It's frozen, so we'll see what it is. I didn't go to Wild Fork. That's my mistake. Let's see what it does to my body.
Wiley location, my favorite location. That's right.
Agreed.
Appreciate our guy Tanner made us look good and sound good as always. Thank you, sir. That's our DLLS Mavs analyst, Bobby Crello. My name is Kevin Gray. We are DLLS Mavs. We'll talk to you here in about 14 minutes on our DLLS match walk.
Stream Come Away With Me by Norah Jones.
In the meantime, we'll see you then.
We all silly like the mayor.